What's going on there, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boy oh boy, we just got some insane freaking news in regards to the brand new Battlefield game, Battlefield 6. I think one of the things the community has been most stressed about recently is probably class-locked weapons. Now again, there's positives and negatives to both having class-locked weapons and not having class-locked weapons. But I think the community's been stressed because the developers aren't really talking about it, right? They've been kind of just glossing over it in every single post they put out, every single blog post, whatever it is, when it comes down to class-locked weapons. It almost seemed like they didn't even want to try. They didn't even want to see what the community would prefer. But boy, oh boy, as I stated, we got some huge news today, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to go ahead and discuss. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before going dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content like this, don't forget subscribing at that bell. I post here daily at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And sometimes, I guess now, we have a little bit of a double upload schedule. I'm just trying to find ways to go ahead and incorporate, the variety content that I want to push on this channel. So, we'll see how it goes. If you guys enjoy variety, if you enjoy FPS games, subscribe and hit that bell. And of course, last but not least, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I can link that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. As you can see right here from the official Battlefield page. Open weapons versus closed weapons. Why not both? Starting at open beta, players can choose official playlists with signature weapons locked to class or not. More to come. Guys, I'm assuming we're going to be getting a lot more information about this as, maybe the days come along here or as we get closer to the official reveal of the brand new Battlefield game. But this is exactly the way that you go ahead and handle a situation of this caliber. Again, I've stated this thousands of times already, and it gets me a lot of hate, but it is what it is. It's my personal opinion. If you guys don't like it, then you simply just don't like it. But I don't really mind having weapons not locked to classes. But again, it's all a personal opinion. This is probably one of the hottest topics when it comes down to the whole Battlefield community. And, whether you like it or not, weapons being locked to classes is a staple to this franchise. And we don't know if it'll be a good thing to remove it or not. We have no clue what the outcome of this will be. They only tried it one singular time in Battlefield 2042. And that game is impossible to tell if, having unlocked weapon classes was a good or bad thing. We have no clue. The whole game was an absolute disaster that it's impossible to pinpoint exactly what is wrong. So you can't really look at that game and say, oh, well, having unlocked classes was 110% the reason Battlefield 2042 flopped. Sadly, it's not the case. But, again, we don't know. It might be the worst thing known to mankind, especially if you incorporate it into a good Battlefield game. Not saying that this brand new Battlefield game, Battlefield 6, is going to be good or anything yet. I haven't tested it out. I haven't tried it. So we have absolutely no clue. But, if, we have a good Battlefield game and they incorporate something like this, we don't know. It will be the first time they would ever implement something like this into a Battlefield game that we could truly experience to see if it's good or bad. So if you ask me, this is risky. It's a risky play for them to completely ignore the community here and, push with the mentality that we should just permanently have unlocked classes. That's not the move, ladies and gentlemen. It's simply not the move. And they handled it perfectly, giving us two separate playlists. A playlist where you have locked weapons and then a playlist where you have unlocked weapons is the perfect concept. The perfect concept. Because it's not going to be going based off of, I guess, exact feedback, right? You don't have to go off of a feedback loop and, having to cycle through a bunch of toxic responses over and over and over again until you get legitimate criticism, right? Or legitimate critique. You don't have to do all that noise. If these playlists are both going to be active throughout the whole open beta, that means they could simply see who's playing what playlist the most. It's as easy as that, Forget about all the arguing. Forget about all the bickering. Just go play what you want to play. That's it. Whatever you personally prefer in Battlefield 6 is, what you should go ahead and grind out. And with your playtime being pushed into a singular playlist, that will provide EA DICE with enough information to tell if they should go ahead and, again, have locked classes or unlocked classes. But I'm begging you guys, please, actually go out of your way, ladies and gentlemen, and try both. I know everybody's going to, be one-sided about this. It's a lot of people who will not be convinced that, unlocked class weapons is a, good thing. And same thing on the opposite end. There's some people who cannot be convinced that having locked weapons per classes is a good thing. But I encourage everybody out there, no matter what your opinion is on the topic, try out both playlists. Actually give it worthy time. Seriously, dive deep and see what they both feel like. We are about to witness a singular Battlefield game basically feel almost like two completely different experiences. So dive into these experiences and really give it good, genuine critique. And again, after you do, go off and play whatever you want to play and, cast in your vote that way so DICE knows what people prefer. But don't just hop up in there and say, oh, this feels horrible. Okay, this is awful. No. Like, actually see the changes. When you go into the class restricted weapons, where you have to pick a specific class to run a specific kit of weapons, look for people who are maining a specific class. Like if there's only people running assault because they want the assault rifles, type of example, right? And nobody runs with support because they don't want to deal with LMGs or they don't want to, deal with the recon snipers. So you get like maybe a handful of people. See if that is the truth or if there's still decent variety. And then when you go to the uncapped weapons, so for every single class that you go into, you can use whatever weapon you like. Look for metas. Look to see if people are starting to hyper-prioritize a specific type of weapon, and that's all you see throughout the whole match. And I'm not just talking about maybe like, 2 to 3 of the sweaty players who are just, overly competitive with it. No, I'm talking about the whole lobby. Do you see all the 60-plus players in that lobby rocking one singular gun? Or is there actually variety in the mix? And also look at the classes as well. Do you see more people rocking recon and support? Basically different roles that you don't really see that frequently because, they have weapons that aren't everybody's favorites. Make sure you guys are keeping your eyes peeled for these very specific things because this is what it's all about. These main components, these main features are what, is going to be changed when it comes to which one you guys prefer, whether you want class-locked weapons or unlocked. So keep your eyes peeled, see what the differences are, and again, make sure you guys go ahead and vote with your playtime. But overall, I gotta be honest with you guys, DICE, I'm very happy with how you guys are handling every single situation when it comes down to this game. They have been showing us let me say this too, ever since the middle, not even the middle, I will say basically the beginning of Battlefield 2042 because it literally flopped upon launch, but ever since then, DICE just completely opened up and became so community focused. And I was very concerned that that was just pure fakeness because of how badly Battlefield 2042 flopped. And they know that they need to do a lot of lip service in order to get people to come back because, they lost trust with, I would say, almost half, if not over half, of the Battlefield population. Nobody even bothered touching it. People don't even consider Battlefield 2042 a Battlefield game. Like, it was that rough for the whole overall community. So, I was worried that they were just trying to pull one over on us just to, get their trust connected again so they, we go ahead and buy every single title. But man, the way they have been communicating throughout all of these things, even moving into the brand new Battlefield experience, they knew, opening this up to the public would get, tons of leaks and it'll be hard to hold things back. But at the same time, that has benefited them with this brand new Battlefield game because people have seen that it looks really freaking solid. And we're not getting trailers. We're not getting anything that's scripted to make us hype. We are just seeing the game itself, and it looks awesome. Tons of people that I personally know have already played the game and love it. Like, I think that we have a solid one here. And the only thing that was really worrying me is how the developers handle the community. Because let's be real, we know it's going to launch with bugs, and there's going to be issues. I just hope it's not 2042 levels. If it's 2042 levels, it's going to be a big, big problem. But if it's not, I've stated this before, Battlefield 4 launched in a horrible spot, and now it's the most loved Battlefield game out there. So, the possibilities are endless, and it could thrive even if it has a buggy launch. But what really matters is, do the devs actually give a crap? Do they care about the community? Do they care about what the community is saying? And are they willing to find a compromise to make everybody happy? And this right here was one of the biggest topics. I would say next up is probably the server browser. I think that's what everybody wants to hear. If they can discuss the server browser and give us a legitimate reason on if why they, don't even want it. I don't know how personally they could not want a server browser, but there might be some statistics behind the scenes. I don't know. But them being open about the server browser next would really bring it home. But I think this right here is going to honestly build up a lot of trust within the community. I think people are going to really like this, eat this up, and hopefully, this could build a stronger foundation for the overall relations between community and devs. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about all this information. Are you happy about this, addition into the open beta for Battlefield 6, or do you not really care? Of course, I love reading all your opinions down below. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post here daily at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, if you guys are interested, go link that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.